The French fans are known to promote their players with a fervor that will make the other nations look amateur. But they're also the quickest to put down their own players at any occasion. Once it was Zidane, then Benzema. Now Mbappe is the player going through the French tournament. Kylian Mbappe's early and surprising rise with Monaco and the French national team propelled him to the table of the best players in the world. At 18 years old, he not only carried his club Monaco to the Champions League semifinals, but also won his first World Cup in an amazing fashion. When you're this talented, everyone wants you in their clubs. Mbappe decided to move from Monaco to Paris, where he grew up. With PSG, he had a sensational time, becoming the all-time goal scorer of the French league. In summer of 2024, he decided to move to Real Madrid after a long mediatized saga between him, PSG, and Real Madrid. Unfortunately, the last 2 years have been hell for his image and reputation in France. Mbappe has lost the support of many French fans due to his poor performances. Indeed, Mbappe became the most polarizing player in France. For the French fans, this new version of Kylian Mbappe has been more of a curse than a blessing. In fact, he's not been at his best for the French national team after all the rumors stating that he wanted to be the main man. Media around the world, and especially in Spain, discredited the French pundits, calling them too harsh and at some occasion jealous because Mbappe wanted to go to Real Madrid. However, the world saw the French criticism against Mbappe turning true during the Euro 2024. Just before the competition, Mbappe became the new captain of the French national team ahead of Griezmann in a controversial election. Why controversial? Because according to the French media, the Atletico Madrid forward Griezmann wanted to become the next captain since he has been with the team longer than Mbappe. After the French manager picked Mbappe, the French media went ballistic and started a narrative that Mbappe used his influence to get the captaincy. At the beginning of the Euro, France was the favorite, and fans were all behind their hero Mbappe. Unfortunately, Mbappe was very underwhelming and even out of shape in some moments. France lacked firepower but benefited from a strong defense. This allowed the team to get to the semifinals, but they were quickly outplayed by a Spanish team led by Lamine Yamal. After a disappointing time with the French national team, Mbappe finally had a happy moment when his welcome ceremony happened at the Santiago Bernabeu. The newly renovated stadium for Real Madrid welcomed about 80,000 fans coming to celebrate Mbappe. His first few games with Madrid were below average, and he was able to score most of his goals on penalty kicks. This time, it was not the French media, but the Madrid media that were sounding the alarm on Mbappe's performance. They started to publish that the arrival of Mbappe created more problems for Ancelotti than it was supposed to solve. Real Madrid has never been this incoherent and disorganized before, even with a lesser talented squad. In September, Real Madrid was facing Lille in a confrontation where Mbappe did not start due to an injury he picked up earlier in the week. Real Madrid looked disinterested and lethargic for most of the match. They were losing 1-0 when Mbappe finally came in around the 60th minute. Unfortunately for his first game back in France, he got totally booed like a traitor. On top of that, his entry had no impact on the game. He could not dribble past the defenders and got visibly irritated. This was another disappointing game from Mbappe, but this time it was on his home soil. When we thought that the French drama was over, Mbappe refused to play for France in the international games because he wanted to focus on his fitness. On top of that, more speculation came out that allegedly Mbappe doesn't want to play less important national games because he wants to focus on Real Madrid and staying healthy to compete for the Ballon d'Or 2025. This created a fury of hate comments against Kylian Mbappe. Today, the French striker is arguably the most hated captain of France, and this has been felt in the Champions League against Lille and the media. Mbappe went from being called a prodigy to a hated and controversial personality in France. With his level of performances below the standard the world had been expecting from him, he's now going through the darkest time of his career. Let us know in the comments if we are noticing the early decline of Mbappe, or if you believe he will recreate himself just like Ronaldo did in Real Madrid.